Good day, Mr. Zikri. I'm Vania, Stella, Elena. Today I'm going to present you my essay. It's about the long-term energy transition scenario in Indonesia. This is the contents from the introduction to the conclusion and the policy recommendations. Okay, for the introduction, we all know Indonesia is the largest economy in Southeast Asia that face a significant challenging in transitioning to sustainable energy. That the rapid populations and economic growth are expected to increase in the energy demand, but the country's heavy reliance on the fossil fuels, that particularly coal, that contributes to the greenhouse emissions and poses to a risk economic stability and environment sustainability based on IEA 2023. In the response, Indonesia has set ambitious goals to reduce the carbon emissions and increase the renewable energy by 2050. This transition requires the major investment in infrastructure, technology, and the governments. So, the long term energy transition scenarios are essential to balance the economic growth with the environmental sustainability. This scenario will guide Indonesia to the integration of the renewable energy, energy efficiency, and reduce fossil fuels dependence. This paper is also explores the strategic actions that needed to achieve a secure and sustainable energy system that supports Indonesia development and aligns with the global climate goals. Okay, for the current energy landscape in Indonesia, well, the current scenario was coal. Coal dominates Indonesian electricity, making up over 60% due to its abundance and low cost. This reliance can cause high carbon emissions, but Indonesia aims for 23% renewal of the renewable energy by 2025. Challenges that include the infrastructure, regulations, and grid investments is needed in this situations. The governments start to seek a balanced approach to energy security and sustainability that's supported by many initiatives like the Just Energy Transition Partnership based on AEDP 2023. Okay, for the need to energy transitions, a variety of variables contribute to Indonesia need for an energy transition. That to begin, the country goals and to reduce the greenhouse emissions under the Paris agreements require a move away from the carbon extensive energy resource. That by 2030, sorry, Indonesia aims to cut the greenhouse emission by 29%. And with the help of the other countries, it may be able to reach the 41% reduction. It will take the significant adjustment in the energy industry to meet these goals, especially in the term of the lowering coal dependency. Second of all, Indonesia is becoming the more concerned about energy security. Even though it is the major of the exporter coal, the nation has difficulty satisfying its own energy needs, especially in the rural and remote area. The instability of the global markets, along with the depletion in indigenous oil and gas supplies, highlights in the need of the more diverse and resilient energy mix. The unpredictable of the global energy markets, along with the depletion of the domestic oil and the gas supplies, emphasize the need of the more diverse and robust energy mix. Finally, for the social and economic um, consequence of the climate change are becoming more visible in Indonesia. Agricultural practice, infrastructure, and means of subsistence are already being impacted by rising sea levels, harsh weather, and altered rainfall patterns. The shift towards a more sustainable energy in the system is imperative in order to alleviate these effects and guarantee the sustained economic stability. For the government's initiative and the policy frameworks, we all can see on this framework analysis on the sustainable long-term energy supply and demand from the sources from Eddie Hilmawan. Recognizing the necessity of the energy transition, Indonesia government has unveiled a number of the programs and structures to assist this change. The development of the renewable energy source and energy saving initiative. This is prioritized under the national energy policy, or in Indonesia we can call it kebijakan energi nasional or KEN, which sets for the nation's long-term energy plan. That by 2025 and 2050, the program is aims to attain 23% and 31% of the primary energy mix from the renewable source. That National Electricity and General Plan aim to raise up the share of the renewable energy in the electricity industry has been implemented by the government in addition to the CAN. The plan outlines its precise goals for the advancement of the wind, solar, hydroelectric, geothermal energy, and furthermore, the government has created the number of fiscal incentives to stimulate the investment in renewable energy projects, including the tax breaks and feed-in tariffs. For the renewable potential in Indonesia, as we can see the figure 2, that is some data that I took from Adrian and et al. 2023, that Indonesia's renewable energy potential is 443 gigawatts with a solar power of accounting for 69%. Water is 18% and wind is for 14%, biofuel is for 8%, geothermal is 6%, and mini hydro for 5%. Um, Geothermal and hydro energy dominates current use. The government aims to boost the geothermal by 2025 and wind to uh, 1.8 giga. Solar energy is underutilized despite the high potential, and hence the resource management and is crucial for the maximizing this potential. For the challenge to energy transitions, we get here the challenge is Indonesia, the coal. The coal sectors contribute significantly to the national economy by creating jobs and generating income from the exports. A careful balance between the environmental, sustainable, and economic factors will be necessary to reduce the dependency of the coal. The technological and the financial obstacles to the growth of the renewable energy are another more difficulty for Indonesia, even while the government has put incentive in place to encourage the investment in renewable energy, but there are still a lot of obstacles to overcome, including the high upfront costs and the perceived dangers in this project. But this transition process is the further complicated by the absence of the infrastructure and technological know-how to for the growth of the renewable energy, especially in the rural areas. Energy transition is also hampered by institutional and regulatory government entities, investor that may become uneasy, and project completion may be delayed. Accelerating the energy transition will require the streamlining and the regulatory process and enhancing the agency coordination. Public knowledge and social acceptance are two more essential elements in the energy transition process that it will be take some adjustment to the consumer behavior, consumer habits, and community involvement to transition from the conventional fossil to the renewable source. That encouraging the local communities may make to for them to participate in energy project and increasing the public understanding of the advantage of the renewable energy source will be essential to the success of the energy transitions. For the long-term energy scenario, there is a three transition scenarios. First of all, the BAO, business as usual, BAU, business as usual scenario. That's if no changes are made, Indonesia will stay at the fossil fuel heavy, with coal leading and renewables at just 15% by the 2050. This will worsen the greenhouse gas emissions, climate impacts, and the energy security issues. Second of all is the moderate transition scenario that here Indonesia boosts renewable energy to 30% by 2050, focusing on geothermal, hydro, and solar. That energy efficiency improve, reducing emissions, and this will balance the approach of requires of ongoing policy support and investment. Last is transformative change, the accelerate of transition that aims for 50% renewable by 2050 with the major investment and fast coal phase out that it requires strong policy, significant funding, and managing the coal sector impacts. Okay, for the conclusion, I could conclude that Indonesia's long term energy transition is really complex, that required a blend of technological advancement, regulatory change, and a public engagement. But despite the significant challenge in the increasing renewable energy and resource, reducing the full fossil fuel reliance, there are some of the opportunities that for the climate resilience, energy security, and sustainable growth. That success will hinge on this government ability to implement the effective policies, attract investment, and engage the stakeholders. With the right of the strategies and commitments, Indonesia can become a regional leader in the clean energy and contribute to the global climate goals. Last but not least, policy recommendations. There are six of them. First is strengthen policy and frameworks that work simplify and enhance policies with the clear goals and for renewable energy and streamline permitting. Second is encourage the renewables investment. We have to offer more fiscal incentive and collaborate with the private international investors. Improve the energy efficiency, that implement energy standards to promote efficient of technologies and raise of public awareness. Number four, um, foster technological innovation that support research and development in technologies like energy storage and smart grids, and also create the innovation hubs. Fifth, we have to ensure adjust transition that provides safety, social safety nets that retraining the program and involves local community in the energy project. Last but not least is we have to promote the regional cooperation by enhance the regional collaboration for grid integration and technology sharing. That's it for my presentation. Thank you for your attention and good day. Have a good day.